Hello everyone, Barakit here, and today I'm going to read the patch notes and give my thoughts on the Gryphon changes. The community has been crying for nerfs for a long time since the character has been released, and they are finally here. The question is, was he nerfed properly? Were all the nerfs or improvements justified? Well, let us begin by reading them first and determine the situation he is going to be in afterwards. Let us start with the side dodge attack changes. Side dodge attacks are now 14 damage, down from 16. Well, that is fine. I think it's a good change. And the reason for that is I believe, this might be a bit controversial, so get ready. I believe that side dodge heavies should be lower damage than side dodge lights. Because in the essence, they serve the same purpose. They are supposed to punish attacks or be repositioning tools in teamfights. But when you take into account the fact that side dodge heavies have better hitboxes, have a way better risk-reward ratio than side dodge lights, and also used to have more damage than side dodge lights, well, side dodge lights have nothing to show for that. They have 100 ms faster speed, which only matters against one character, which is Warlord. So I'm not really sure what has a side dodge light to make up against a side dodge heavy. Because right now, it sounds to me that side dodge heavies are superior than side dodge lights in every possible way. Especially because some of them can even be feinted. So especially in Gryphon's case, I believe that side dodge attacks should be lower damage. Maybe 14 now sounds okay, maybe it could go down to 12, 13. But if you compare it to side dodge lights, it's still better. The risk reward is way better. If you get parried, you hit what? 12, let's say 14 damage on average. If you get parried with a light, you hit 27 damage on average. So side dodge heavies are very powerful. You have to adjust something to make them be in line with side dodge lights. But maybe they don't need to be in line, maybe they do need to be more powerful, but right now they're a bit too powerful compared to side dodge lights. Like for example, Shaman's dodge attack is insane. In 1v1s especially, it is insane. Especially in every matchup, she can do a side dodge heavy, she can delay it a lot, and she can be hard. It's hard to punish her with more damage. You get a heavy parry. But she loses in terms of hitbox, something that Gryphon doesn't. Gryphon has better hitboxes than most side dodge attacks. So what does Gryphon side dodge lack in? Well, if you fight two opponents, if he doesn't hit both at the same time, well, you're gonna get punished every time for side dodge attacking with a light, with a heavy, with a zone, bash, whatever. And there is nothing that you can do about it. Something I dislike a bit. I think it's a problem that Gryphon's hyper armor starts a bit too late. I actually wanted this to be a change, but it wasn't. So right now side dodge attacks are good tool for repositioning, but have a weakness if you don't hit both people at the same time, as they will always get punished with no chance of defending. Side dodge attacks can no longer be delayed in side dodges. They will now always happen at 300 ms, previously delayable until 500 ms into the dodge. Well, this is a good change. Maybe 300 ms is a bit too much. I would have liked way more to be 400 ms. In general, I do not like that some side dodge attacks cannot be delayed that much, because it basically forces you to buffer the dodge attack. For example, if you're fighting a warlord and the guy you think is going to headbutt, but he just heavy fainted, well, in the past you used to be able to realize, oh, he heavy fainted, there's no point for me to dodge attack. I already fucked up by dodging, but there's no point to dodge attack as well. Where right now you have to buffer that dodge attack. And maybe in scenarios like against Warden or War Monster, you might not be able to delay it enough to dodge both. I'm not sure what I think about it. I mean, honestly, I didn't mind it. I thought it was okay. I still think it's okay. I mean, most dodge attacks are delayable and act very fine against this kind of mix-up. 300, I think it's a bit too much. 300, is the same as Shaolin or Nuxas, and I somewhat dislike their dodge attacks and the window they have for inputting dodge attack. So seeing Gryphon go towards that window, I also do not like it. But it is fine. It is maybe better than having such a big dodge window. I would have said middle ground would have been best for 100 MS. Let's see what the dev comment said. This should make side dodge attacks more predictable, as well as making it impossible to delay to dodge on most mix-ups, while still being a good dodge attack that leads to finishers. Well, I mean, that is true. That is what happened. They made it more predictable by forcing you to buffer it if you want to dodge attack. You don't have time anymore to think, okay, am I gonna dodge attack? Am I going to just dodge? That window has been reduced to the point where you just have to buffer it. Veteran's kick and slash. Kick follow-up damage has been reduced to 24, down from 28. Okay, so 24 damage after kick, it's fine. It already didn't have the best odds. Like, it was okay offense. It was not bad offense. It was good offense. And I like that. I like good offense, especially in chain. But the thing that made it very, very good was in team fights, sticky dodges. And this sounds more as a mechanic, a mechanic of sticky dodge problem that we know it's a problem. We know it should be fixed, rather than a moveset problem. If sticky dodges weren't in the game, I think 28 damage kick would have been fine. Maybe lower it a bit to 26, but 24 seems a bit too little, especially in 1v1s. In 1v1s, like, you already didn't have the best odds with kick mix-up, now you have them even lower. Like, I might even see people at high level not even use kick that much or that often from now on. Something that they already didn't use too much because it was too risky. So 24 seems fine. I'd say it is more a problem with sticky dodges that makes kick very good in team fights. In 1v1s it's already, it's okay, it's good offense, but not the best. So yeah, 24 is fine. Could be 26, could be 25, I would have liked that more. Alright, let's see, Gryphon's shove. Gryphon's shove is now a dodge forward and guard break input. And here it says at one point, the previous back guard break input of 600 MS was unreactable for most players outside the high level play. This meant that Gryphon shove was problematic for different reasons in both casual and a high level play. By making Gryphon shove a 500 MS dodge for a melee, combined with the additional minimum of 300 MS spent in the forward dodge, the move becomes more predictable for most players, while also being unreactable to players at all levels of play. Being unreactable to all pairs of play, not true. 300 MS into bash, like Centurion's bash, or let's say the testing ground bashes from JJ or Zanhu are reactable at high level play, especially in 1v1s. They're easily reactable. But in team fights you can land, obviously, a lot of it. 300 MS into dodge. I'm not sure how much I like 300 MS into dodge, especially with 500 MS bash, which is somewhat easy to dodge if you have 300 MS time to prepare for it. I would have liked it more to see 200 MS. You would have seen it way more used in 1v1s. What will happen now is it will be used a bit in 1v1s, but a bit more in 1v1s, but at the higher level of play, it will become like Centurion, a move that you would like use once per fight, once per 1v1, and rarely lands. It lands because you use it so little of the time, so the opponent is never prepared for it. But if you use kick or shove and shove, every time it's gonna be dodge, and you get punished for it. You cannot even chain after a miss. And that is one thing I wanted to talk about. Kind of dislike that. Like, why can you not chain after a miss? You have a lot of other bashes that can chain after a miss and are arguably better. Like, for example, Centurion's bash. He can chain after a miss. He pauses stamina. He even does stamina damage. Right now it doesn't even pause stamina regeneration. I'm not sure if it does. Still does stamina damage. I assume it does. That's not necessarily a bad change to not pause the stamina regeneration. Stamina changes, whatever. Like, it's okay. but I do not like that you can no longer chain into after a miss. So right now, you have to know a bit about Gryphon. You have to know that he's a good character in 44, but he's not necessarily the best team fighter or really good at team fighting or really good at 1v1ing. He's just good, very good because he has insane feats and he's good in all other areas. But now feats get nerfed and this gets a bit improved and this gets nerfed and this gets nerfed. So I mean what's gonna happen is it's not gonna be played as much. It's gonna be kind of falling out of the meta after these changes, I assume. Let's see what other comments I have. Gryphon should now function as a mix-up and opener that is less frustrating to face. Okay, maybe that is true for the casual community. I mean, honestly, I do not think this is a bad change. Making it 500 MS into 300 MS, it's better than what it was. That is for sure. One thing I would say is once they see, let's say, Gryphon kind of fall out of the meta a bit, to like maybe allow him to chain after miss or maybe buff a bit the kick damage. Because Gryphon was a really good character. Gryphon I think was designed quite okay. So I would be very sad to see him lost out of the meta just because some players complained on Reddit and, you know, cried instead of improving. Because the character, like at high level, is not the most threatening one in 1v1s. He's... Okay, I'm back. Not the most threatening one in 2v2s, but he's good 2v2. And these things should make him worse, probably. Okay, let's go to the final part, and the most important one, the one where he needed to be nerfed, was his feats. Dragonite Bolt and Dragonite Mist. Dragonite Mist is now heals for 15, down from 20. Area range that reduced to 8 from 11. Good change. Like, this is the change that had to be done. Question is it too little? I mean, I'm not sure. I like that they went with 15. And we can now see if it's still gonna be very good. I mean, probably it's still gonna be remain S tier. It's one of the best tier 2 feats, even with 15 heal. Question is if it does need more nerfs. Let's see how it does now. I'm curious how it does. I think it's a good change. It had to be nerfed. I think it would still be a very good fit. But it might affect his pick rate because of this. Not so much. I mean, the feats are still very good. Dragonite Bolt tier 3 fit. Here is where they changed a lot. Heals 15, same as first one. That's fine. That's really fine. AoE down from 8 to 8. Dragonite damage reduced to 20 from 30. Okay, I mean, that's fine. That's not the worst thing, taking into account 15. Maybe it's a bit too much. I would have liked more to see 25, especially because they made the cast time 600. And if it's 600, it means it might be quite easy to dodge now on reaction if you expect it. Because it's cast time 600 plus the time that the bolt has to travel, which makes it like, let's say, 800 if he is close to you. So you make it reactable in 1v1, so it means they have to. Like, he has to do it when, you know, the guy is not expecting it in a teamfight in a recovery. You make the damage reduced a bit. Okay, I think this tier 3 has been a bit over-nerfed. Obviously, it's still gonna be a really good tier 3. Probably in top 3. But, I wouldn't have been sad if it was 25, but 20 is still good. 20 is still good. I don't think it's bad. We will see how it acts. I hope they unban it from the minion series, because right now in the condition Gryphon is, where he has Dragonite Bolt banned in the minion series, he's not gonna be picked. I mean, as simple as that. Like, as soon as yesterday we saw the changes, my team and multiple other teams just changed. As soon as they saw Gryphon get nerfed, they changed from Gryphon. All 3 out of the top 4 teams changed from Gryphon as soon as they saw the nerfs. So right now, Gryphon basically fell out of the meta. It's not top 4 anymore. Might be like top 6, top 7 right now, I'd say. Like, I can think of characters better than him right now. Like, for example, Kensei is very good right now because of chilling stir bug. So Kensei, for example, for Nemesis, we have picked Kensei over over Gryphon now. So let's conclude. In Dome series, as I said, my team will drop Gryphon in favor of Kensei. We will be running Warlord, Gladiator, Blackbriar, and Kensei instead of Gryphon. He's still a good hero. He is lacking a bit of good neutral pressure in 1v1s because of the kick being a bit too slow, so he might still have problems getting into his chains. So I think playstyle wise, high level, he will stay very similar. He will barely change. I mean, he used to be able to attack more in the back in the past because, you know, shove was unpunishable if you didn't have a dodge attack. But now he's going to change a bit. He's going to be a bit more defensive, and the offense in his change is still good, but not as good. And I'd say, like, in 1v1s he's going to go down. In 1v1s he used to be, let's say, bottom to mid A tier. I'd say he's like top B right now. In teamfights, he still has hyper armor problems, which I hate. It's coming up too late. It means that it can rarely be used properly. It's unlike as Warlord hyper armor that can be used quite frequently. Feats are still very good, like one of the best. Good teamfights. They're very decent. But the thing is, he gets right now outclassed by other characters, like for example Warlord, Kensei, Nobushi, maybe even Blackbriar. One thing that he has good going for him right now is fits, but outside that, a lot of characters do his job better. So in 44, I would probably rate him mid A tier. And yeah, I think this is it. I think this is the whole patch notes. I have finished. I hope you liked this format of video. If you did, a like is always appreciated, and I might do more for patch notes depending on the feedback. Alright, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!